So now I'm here with Kim Hance from Herzog Law Firm, who's hosting us here today in these beautiful offices.
So we are an estate planning elder law firm, and why I emphasize the elder law piece of it is because that's a very, very kind of specialized niche, if you will, because we really do focus our practice on sort of integrative work for folks. What's interesting too is I'm actually a social worker that works for the firm. So
that's amazing.
I'm not an attorney.
So, right.
And so my role is very unique and part of that integrative process for folks. This is so we're in Queensbury.
Yes.
And this is our 4th location that we opened last fall. We do have an office in Saratoga, an office in Albany, and one in Kingston as well.
Oh, in Kingston. So you're going south.
So we basically go mid-Hudson Valley to the Canadian border is what we say to folks. And we felt it was important to open this location because the North Country really isn't served very well with lots of things, but particularly this elder law piece. And we are in this geographical area, we have one of the largest aging populations, and a lot of solo agers, so people who are aging without their kids around or family support. So we felt it was really important to have a presence here so that we could provide as much service as possible to folks who need it. So
what type of services do you provide?
So the general estate planning, right? So everything from doing your basic healthcare proxy, power of attorney, and a will. That's what we call like your general just...
Everybody needs to have those things.
Correct. And we say anybody over the age of 18 should have a power of attorney and healthcare proxy. And some people are surprised by that, right? But, once you turn 18, you're an adult. And so you do need somebody who can speak for you in the event that you can't. Beyond that, we talk about doing bigger types of estate planning. So, it might start when you have young kids and you want to do some planning for who might be guardian, what kind of financial planning do I need to do? So we work in conjunction with people's financial planners, wealth managers, all of that to really set up a comprehensive plan. Then, you get your kids through the college point, so plans change again. So we really want to create a space where we follow you from the beginning to the end. And then, there's a period of life where you hope things are stable and you're just kind of chugging along. And then we kind of enter this golden aging era that we're all sort of, I still look back and I'm like, how did I get here? Right. But then it's bringing people back in and kind of really helping them look at what are their retirement plans, what are they setting up as a legacy for their families as well, because you have to plan for that. And you have to plan for the inevitable that happens. I'm sure you've known people who've ended up in medical crisis without, any knowledge of how the system works or what their wishes are. So a lot of what I do is incorporate and having conversations with people about, who do you want to make the decisions and what does that look like? Because there's nothing worse than sitting with a family around a table and nobody knowing where documents are, what the documents...
And it's a time when you don't want to be dealing with that.
No, because it's emotional.
You're grieving.
Well, right. And that's really what you want to focus on.
And you don't know what the person's wishes were.
Correct.
If they've not laid it out ahead of time.
Correct. And there's...
guessing or assuming, maybe fighting over it.
Families, it
time.
Can get ugly, right? So what we say the greatest gift is if you can just lay it out and then have the conversation, right? A lot of times people will lay it out, but they kind of forget that they need to then have the conversation and let people know what plans have been made, what their actual wishes are. So, we work to help with that as well, and really helping people kind of understand the responsibilities that are behind that. So I love it because kind of going through college, I always heard, you always hear that as you age, it's supposed to be your golden years. And so many people that I end up working with, it's not very golden for them because they're dealing with chronic illnesses. Maybe they're dealing with estranged families. Maybe they don't know what options they have, right? And so a lot of times I love being able to sit down and have conversations and really open the door for folks and say, there are all of these different things that we can kind of put in place to help you make it better
Yeah.
or make it easier or, maybe change the trajectory that you're currently on.
Yeah.
So that's what I really love.
So it must be very fulfilling then, because you're really
Yeah.
helping people in an important way.
Yeah. I mean, there are always those
Peace of
moments where
mind,
sometimes that you're just like, oh no. But generally, we say that there's usually something we can help families with, regardless of sort of what their where their circumstances have put them. Usually there's a little bit of a silver lining. So, yeah.
So that's great. So how long have you been with Herzog?
So 8.5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before that, you were doing more social work? Or?
So I worked for the Alzheimer's Association for a couple of years, and before that I've been pretty much doing geriatrics almost my whole career, which is almost 40 years now. Just scary to say out loud,
I know,
but
we're all in the same boat.
I know. Well,
so-
and I loved earlier when you guys were talking about this group in particular, this Women in Business group. So my first time was last month. And, I was saying to Katie, with our expansion north, I've been looking for sort of groups where I can network. And I loved the supportive and the ability to be vulnerable, because I think a lot of time as women, we don't have the opportunity for that. And that was really cool. And I love hearing everybody in here.
They're all having a good time.
I know.
There,
You can hear them in
It's
the background. And
But
that's
what are we
that's
gonna
amazing
do,
to be
right?
able
That's
to
what
do
we're here
that.
for. We're here for the atmosphere.
It's the way to start the day.
Yes,
you know?
definitely.